Yo, 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 yo. What up, dude? Let me up, though. What up, though? What up, though? What's going on? It's Tuesday. Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. What's going on, y'all, in the chat? Y'all checking in already? Y'all here? Let me get my lunch out of the screen really quick. Low-key embarrassing. Actually, I'm a little bit hungry. Let me get one more bite before this live stream start while y'all playing. If you was with me with the draft live, y'all saw me eating pizza live on air. So I ain't ashamed no more. You know what I'm saying? I was hungry during that stream, but this is my lunch. Good. Please hit that like button. We are about to discuss some of the latest Panthers news today. I hate to be rude, but I just needed one more bite. I'm starving. Been a very busy day. My dog is over here tripping. Very busy day, to say the least. Got to prep for the show though. We here, 7:00 Eastern. How y'all feeling? Let's get into the chat. Where's my comments? That ain't it. Comment ticker. There we go. Oops. Let's get into the comments. Arvera was first one to check in. Hey, what up, though? Can't wait to get more of my views. Appreciate you checking in. What up, though? Old school Panthers fan. What's good, brother? What up, though? Ken Carolina, what's good? What up, though? Zach Waters, what up, though? Anthony Speeds, what up, though? If you're here watching, tuning in, and you're close to a keyboard, shout me a what up, though. If you ain't got no keyboard, you watching me on TV, you can say it out loud. I might hit you. I might hear you. I might hear you from where you at. Shout it loud so I can hear you loud enough. Say what up, though. Tim Estes, what up, though? It's good, bro. Good to see you checking in. J-Rock94, what up, though? D-Cash in this thing with 3 of them things. What up, though? Rock Jones, what up, though? No excuses, no mercy. Keep pounding. Eric Blair, what up, though? Double O Kane, what up, though? Arvera says she's checking in. Let me share this real quick. I'm waiting. Let us know you won't. Appreciate it. Yeah, tell a friend that you told a friend about the show. And tell them to tune in because we're talking about the latest from the Panthers news after the draft. I dropped my draft grades video yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I gave them a C-. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the national media's perception of the Panthers, why they're so down on us. Yes, they hate us like usual, but let's talk about it. Do they actually have a point about it being what it is? Because we only got a couple positives. I saw a couple B's out there. Nothing really crazy, but I feel like the grades have been all over the place. So we're going to talk about the national media's perception of the Panthers draft and see if they got a point. You know what I'm saying? See if they actually got a point. But Jason, Cranford, what up, though? Said, love the content, the commitment to the in-depth analysis. Outstanding job. I just appreciate y'all noticing my hard work. Recognition goes a long way. I'm telling you. All I ask is to hit the like button and to subscribe and to share this to somebody that you know that may be interested. If you know a fellow Panthers fan that wants to get some media coverage from your boy that may like the type of content that I drop, share it to somebody. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I love the word of mouth. Word of mouth and recommendations go a lot further than an algorithm. I'll tell you that. So you know more Panthers fans probably than I do. So share it with them. Go on and share it with them. Send it to their text. Send it to their text right now. Double O Kane, what up, though? Hit it for the like. Do it for dunk. Hit that like button. Will Brown, what up, though? Micaiah. See, I got it right the first time. I had to pause myself because you told me I got it right that last time I pronounced it. So I had to make sure I took my time. What up, brother? Anthony Montgomery always in this thing. What up, though? Checking in. Chris 2030 in here, too. What's good? Aaron Zinnerman, what up, though? Said, I'm hungry, too. Just ordered some Chipotle. Yes, sir. Because he got some thoughts. Said, finish your food. We ain't tripping. Nah, you good. You good. I just need a little snacky snack. I'm about to fill up on this cold one. I hope y'all got y'all cold one. I got my Panthers koozie. You know what I'm saying? I got the home and away koozie. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get y'all cold drink. It's Tuesday. But if you get a cold drink, sit back and chill, relax with your boy. Let's talk about some stuff. Jeff R., what up, though? Got these center square and pizza just got here. I need to try that Cinnabon from Wendy's. Anybody tried that? That stuff is good. It looked like it's good. Sideburn, what up, though? Do I think Brooks will start? Eventually. I got a video and my film breakdown coming out tomorrow. Brother, what up, though? What's good, Camp Out? John Bogan, what up, though? Pyro Master, what's good, brother? What up, though? Zachary Waters, what up, though? If you are new to the channel and you've never seen my show before, I always like to check in. This is a more interactive. This is a little bit different than some of my other videos, so don't be alarmed. If you're watching this on replay, it's a lot more interactive than my regular videos. I'm not talking to myself. I'm interacting with the chat. We like to have these conversations, man. We friends, we family, we Panthers family. So we got to talk about it a little bit and interact. So this is a little bit of a different style than my videos if you may not be used to it. Just so we covering some topics. So just rock with me, bear with me, sit back, have a good time. If you don't like the replay of this like that, maybe come anytime, try to live and come interact in the chat. If you got some time on Tuesdays, anywhere between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern. That's when I rock. Nader Offshar. Ooh, I gotta slow down. What up, though? Noop. What up, though? Anthem, what up, though? Cody, what up, though? Y'all in here tonight. See, I already started looking at next year's draft. You saw me planting the seeds. I'm gonna start putting out more draft content anyway, so don't be alarmed. I'm not gonna put out no mocks because I refuse to accept the fact that people think that we're gonna be the worst team in the league. So I'm not putting out no mock drafts until the season start. I will not be putting out any mock drafts to the season start, but during the summer, I'll probably start doing a little forward looking for prospects and then start breaking down Dave Canales' system. I haven't really gone back to watch him from the Bucks. But that's on my to-do list for the summer before training camp, you know what I'm saying, in that kind of that dead period when we got to fill up that time, because you know what happens during that period after the draft and in between training camp, bro. It gets crazy out here. It gets crazy. So we'll see. Do I think Brooks will start? Eventually, we'll talk about it. National media grades all over the place. For real, for real. Yeah, C- is cruel? Dang, I'm cruel? Dale Fryer, what up, though? What's good? I appreciate it. Said great content, bro. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, the encouragement is everything. True one, what up, though? Mighty Zenos, what up, though? McKay said I got it. I told you. I had to take my time. I almost ran through it. Stuntman Beezy, what up, though? Sorry about a football guy and Dan making decisions and bringing in dogs. Who? Picked up 2 undrafted wide receivers. Both should be 5. I would love to see some takes on undrafted free agents. I'll get into it. I don't really like to get into it, but I'll get into it because it's been y'all really been pushing me to talk about it. And I refuse to get invested in these guys too much, but we'll talk about it. Carlton Dykes, what up, though? QJ, what up? I got your package getting out tomorrow. I ain't make it to the post office today, unfortunately, but I got your hat getting out. Hold me to it. What it do, Dunk? What up, though? Looking forward to see your breakdown when we start working. You start working for ESPN. Hey, look, man. I need to get on that Ryan Clark contract. I don't want to work for them, but just contract me out. You know what I'm saying? But I do got, like I said, I'm going to start doing breakdowns. I'm going to try to maybe do 1 or 2 per week for our draft picks. I may not be able to get everybody because some of it, like some of the small guys, we don't have a lot of film. But I'm definitely going to do Brooks. The top 4 picks are definitely getting done. The top 4 picks, probably even 5. I'll do Smith Wade as well. I definitely have film on those guys. The later picks, it's hard to get those smaller name guys film on them because they're not household names, but I'll do that. But I'm trying to get 1 to 2 breakdowns per week. Jonathan Brooks is dropping tomorrow. I've already recorded that. I'm editing it tonight after we get off of this, and it's going to be up tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow afternoon, early evening. That's what seems to be the better time for y'all in terms of putting content on the channel to get the rapid responses and premieres. So I got that content. Nephew, what up, bro? Appreciate that. We worse if Bryce at quarterback. Okay. That's how you feel. Ben Watts, what up, though? We go 9-8, take the NFC South. All right. Vernon Johnson, what up, though? Why Big Jordan? Then he just got straight to the comments talking about make or break his year 3. He didn't even come in the comments saying, what up, though? Where do I bet? You can go to betonline.ag or you can do Bovada. If you're in North Carolina, man, they got a lot more options than me. I got to use offshore bookies. But if you out of there, because it's legal in South Carolina, it's North Carolina, excuse me, you can bet on FanDuel, whatever. So you can do that. But if you like me, you can do betonline.ag. betonline.ag. All right, so I'm caught up. But yeah, why Big Jordan didn't even drop a what up though? He just came in the comments, started talking. Crazy. I told y'all about that. When y'all go to y'all grandma's house, if you walk in the house and don't say hey to everybody and greet, what happened? She might tell you to leave. She gonna call you out. She gonna slap the back of your head. What your grandma do? We from the South, yo. What you do when you come in the house? You greet people. You acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? You don't get in here, start talking about stuff or asking for stuff. Come on, man. Come on, man. We from the South. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. FBO Dilla, what up, though? Okay. Bro, that's the only energy I got. I really almost hate talking about Bryce because some people, man, we can't even have a nuanced conversation. Definitely don't do it on Twitter. I come to YouTube because y'all are rational. Y'all are rational, but you can't do it everywhere. It's a conversation. It's so annoying. It's so annoying, bro. All right. But yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to come in and greet folks. Come on, man. You got to greet folks. You got to greet folks. Faye NC with the, dang, he's turning it off hot. Turning out hot with the super. Actually, let me put it on my other scene. Hey, look, I'm back with my regular software, y'all. I'm back with my regular software. Shout out to Faye NXC2 on the super chat. I'm back on my software. I can give you a round of applause. I was using StreamYard for the draft because I needed to do that giveaway, but I'm back on my software. I got my sound effects back. We good. But appreciate you. He said, what up, though? So I'm a big fan of the XL pick, but I think getting JT Sanders is low-key the best pick we had. Bryce has never had a reliable tight end, so I'm excited to do what he can do. I'm excited to see what he can do with one. Let me slow down my reading. I'm out here reading too fast. But I agree. Well, to an extent. And you'll see when I do my JT Sanders breakdown. Do I want to do that one this week or do I want to do XL? I'll let y'all decide. Should I do I've been watching a lot of JT Sanders film as of last night. I was up late watching that. Pretty much in bed watching it on my phone. But I'll let y'all decide. Should I do who should be the next video after Jonathan Brooks? Brooks is tomorrow. Y'all want Leggett or do y'all want JT Sanders? Let me know in the chat. But he said you're a big fan of XL pick. Look, we're going to talk about it. I have some clips. We're going to get a little bit into it, but I wanted to acknowledge a super chat. I think the offensive identity is going to be interesting to see how all these pieces come together. But I do agree that Bryce having a tight end will help as a young quarterback. We saw it helped having a reliable tight end for Cam Newton. But if JT Sanders can work out and be reliable, it can be a match made in heaven. Dependable hands, not the biggest. And that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted somebody 6'7". I wanted somebody, even though Bryce Young is short, you're going to be able to see him 6'6", 6'7", running down the seam. Just throw that thing up with a 40-inch vert. If he can't find that, if Bryce can't find a 6'6" tight end with a 40-inch vert running down the seam, he ain't going to never find him. So that's what I was thinking. But JT Sanders getting him in the fourth round is good value, in my opinion. But appreciate that super chat, brother. We're going to get into a little bit more a little later. All right. So what we want to start with? We got a couple things to talk about. Just a quick summary rundown. We're going to talk about the depth chart, how the draft affects the depth chart. We're going to look at the depth chart. If you're on my draft stream, you saw it already, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Who might be in trouble? Based on who we picked up? Obviously, we're going to talk about, is it a make it or break it year for Bryce Young? Is it? because people online starting to say that stuff like it's a make or break it now. Bryce has no excuses. We got all this, that, and the third in the draft. We got no excuses. All right. We're going to talk about that too. But also, bro, what's going on? My iPad finna die. I got my outline. I got an outline over here. I'm trying to be organized. We're also going to talk about why does a national media RIP to TMJ. Wow. Why does the national media hate the Panthers draft? Is it valid or is it just blind hate? Is it blind hate? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it though. We're going to talk about it because I usually disagree with the mainstream. I told you to put the mainstream down, but let's see if they talking about they valid. All right. Shout out to my guy, Double O'Kane, on the super chat. And shout out to Project Pat, too. You know, I talked about that profile pic. Shout out to Project Pat. So I think Wallace will change a lot of people's minds on that pick in the preseason. He plays with a tenacity that's been missing on defense for a while. I think the issue with me is like, I'm fine with the mentality, the dog mentality, inflicting pain. That's on brand for what Dan Morgan was talking about. But you got to know what the heck you're doing. Word on the street is his instincts aren't that great. He's a little bit slow on recognition of certain plays, but he's good blitzing the quarterback, good in coverage. So they need to make it simple on him. He need to be able to run and go get it. Just run and hit. Run and go get it. That's what I think they should do with him early on. If they're going to play him early, is blitz him. He had 20 pressures on 70 blitzes last year. That's a pretty good pressure rate for a linebacker. So I'm all about putting guys in position to succeed. Don't force them out there to do square peg round hole type of stuff. If you're going to put them out on the field, let them do things that they succeed at. You know what I'm saying? Don't put them out there to fail. That's what coaching is. You know? So I do agree that the mentality and the athleticism is there. Let's see if he can put it all together. Let's see if he can put it all together. Chappelle Show hate and Tom haters. Charles, what up, though? Said small market team. If we get average this year, I'm happy. Blind hate. Yeah, Kendrick, the Drake level hate. Kendrick, he laid it out, huh? What he hated. All right. Y'all getting me off track. Let's do this. So, I want to talk about if it's a make or break it year for Bryce Young. So there was and I don't know the guy's name. I think he's pretty big on like TikTok or YouTube, one of the two. Somebody told me he was at least. But he is a creator, I guess. I'm assuming he's a creator, but what I was told is that he whatever. He has a big following. He got a lot of engagement on Twitter where he said, but he said that is it a make it break it year for Bryce Young. So let's talk about it, man, because Bryce Young is very polarizing. I love using the term polarizing because like it literally doesn't sound like what it means. Is that weird to say? Like, I don't know, but I like using it. I know what it means, but like it made me feel sophisticated when I say polarizing. But Bryce Young's a very polarizing figure in terms of sports. What do you know? The Panthers drafted another polarizing guy to play quarterback. First it was Cam Newton. Now it's Bryce Young. Like there's no in between. There's either like you believe in Bryce still or you think he was a buzz because you thought it was going to be a buzz coming out. And the rookie year just was affirmation of what you thought he was going to be. And you're not. It doesn't matter what happens. You stick it to it. You stick it to it. They dug in. If you hate Bryce Young, you are dug in. Look at Roadmaster Limited. Look at Roadmaster Limited. He dug in. He dug in on that Bryce hate. Look at him. Look at him. He dug in. He 10 toes, 2 feet down, dug in on the Bryce Young hate. But regardless, is it a make or break it year for Bryce Young? So we know that the Panthers spent $150-something million in total contract value on the offensive line this year at guard. They also went out and traded for Deontay Johnson. Spin that little thing around. They went into the draft and picked Xavier Legette, traded up for Xavier Legette. With their second round pick, they traded back, but then they traded up for Jonathan Brooks to get that bona fide bell cow running back. Spinning on down to day 3, first pick of the day. They didn't trade up, but they picked J.T. Sanders. Jatavian Sanders, a tight end from Texas. And a couple of them picks were kind of punted. But this year, with all the additions, is it a make or break a year for Bryce Young? Or all the excuses gone? We got an offensive coach. We got a coach that was handpicked just for him. The last coaching staff got fired. Is it a make or break a year for Bryce? I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. Like, to me, he just has to improve. Like, there needs to be a trend up. They're not going to draft a quarterback next year. Why you think everybody and their mama was going crazy for quarterbacks this year? I think next year's quarterback class ain't going to be all that. It's some names, but I think the desperation was there this year because it may say something. It may say something about next year's class. But to me, it's too many good defensive players and corners for us to be thinking about drafting somebody in the first round next year. Now, if you're saying Jack Plummer is going to take Bryce Young's spot, I got a beach house in Idaho I can sell you. But you just need to see improvement because there's still a lot of questions on this team. This is not a great football team. There's a reason why Vegas has us listed as having a number 1 overall pick next year. This is still a roster devoid of talent in a lot of key places. But do you want to see improvement? Hell yeah. But is there make it or break it? I think it's at least 2 years. I think it's Bryce is going to get at least 2 years. And that's not even talking about his rookie contract. But do you want to see improvement? Yeah, of course. But the no excuses thing right now? Come on, man. It's the off season, bro. Like, everything sounds good on paper. Everything sounds good on paper. Like, everything sounds great on paper. Dave Canales is a rookie head coach. This will be his first time being a head coach and calling plays. A lot of responsibility. He has a lot of guys in place. He's saying a lot of the right things. I like Dave Canales. I'm very, very bullish on him personally. But we had an all-star coaching staff last year that we just thought was the best situation for Bryce Young. Stuff didn't work out. On the offensive line, we spent a lot of money on those guys. But how many times have we spent a lot of money on free agents and they don't work out? They could not work out. Icky could completely stay where he's at and not progress. Like, I want to see some semblance of improvement because the talent improved. Yeah. But like, expecting us to be able to win the division, or if we don't do this, that, or the third as a team to accomplish, Bryce Young ain't it. Because, and to me, it goes back to the thing we talked about this conversation of feeling like with Bryce Young having to elevate or carry the team. Bryce Young, and I think I see Dame in the chat. Shout out to Dame. He's liking Bryce to a point guard. And even Dave Canales has kind of said similar type of analogies. Just do your 111th and be special for 5 plays. We don't need to have the weight of the franchise or the world on your shoulders. Trying to make these dudes carry teams is how we end up with only getting 1 year of peak Cam Newton. Because we didn't put adequate help around Cam Newton for most of his career. You wanted this guy to carry the team. And that's just not the way that I think teams are designed these days. I've said it before. Joe Burrow is a $250 million quarterback. That didn't stop them from getting weapons. Justin Herbert, for better or worse, they changed their weapons a little bit. $250 million quarterback, almost. They didn't stop them from getting weapons. Jalen Hurts, almost a $250 million quarterback. He got weapons all over the place. They do their part. They're the straw that stirs the drink, but they have a lot of players. They don't carry like that. You just need them to be special a couple plays. You have a lot of talent around them. That's just not the way teams are designed anymore. You don't have Tom Brady throwing to Home Depot warehouse workers. Shout out to Home Depot. No slack to y'all, but I'm just saying. Y'all ain't going to the NFL. But you don't have Tom Brady throwing to David Givens or Troy Brown or Kevin Falk. Shout out to Kevin Falk. Kevin Falk's actually good. You don't have Drew Brees making a name out of Devery Henderson, Lance Moore, Marcus Colston. You don't have those type of guys that just put the team completely on that. Pat is doing it. Pat Mahomes is doing it, but that's why he's arguably the best ever. He's doing it, but ain't nobody else really doing it like that. Who is out there carrying a team like that? Can y'all name a quarterback that's carrying the team? Even the ones that are getting big money. So y'all saying that we spent, why should our number one overall pick need all this help? Why does he need things to be perfect? Nobody's saying it needs to be perfect, but he definitely needs some help. I mean, I don't see these other franchises talking about why are we paid Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown or Saquon Barkley or Dallas Goedert. Like, what are we talking about? It's just a different NFL, bro. So we got to get out this thing of having to carry these franchises because, dog, he just needs to do his part. He just needs to do his part. Is it make or break for him and his progress? Yeah, probably. Because you don't want this dude to be shell-shocked. You don't want last year's treachery to affect him going forward. Then he gets skittish. Then he starts seeing ghosts. And now he's Sam Darnold. So, yes, you want to see progress on that standpoint. But is it make or break in terms of the team and the franchise? Hell no. Hell no. Too many things could go wrong. If y'all want me to be pessimist, I can get pessimist and tell y'all that side of it. But y'all don't like that dunk. Y'all don't like that version of dunk. Y'all gonna call it excuses, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it eventually. I have an idea. This couch over here, I'm gonna put me a positive Patrick on this side of the couch. I'm gonna put a negative Nathan on that side of the couch, and I'm gonna argue with myself and give you the good and the bad about what's going on with the team. That way, y'all can feel like the people in the chat that's the haters. Y'all can side with negative Nathan. But the people that say that drink the Kool-Aid sometimes like me, y'all can side with positive Patrick. I got some editing and stuff I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on it. I got an idea. I'm gonna debate myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna debate myself just to put some stuff into perspective. But to me, I mean, passing on guys like Travis Hunter or James Pierce Jr., Mikael Williams, when we didn't draft an edge this past weekend, or a corner. Some of y'all talking about passing on those guys for Carson Beck or Quinn Ewers or Jalen Milroe. Y'all want to pass on generational defensive prospects when we don't have a long-term answer on defense outside of Derek Brown. Y'all want to do that to go get a quarterback because y'all don't like Bryce Young. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all done got me preaching on here. Let me get in these comments real quick because y'all going crazy. Y'all going crazy in here. Braden Story, what up, though? Is Dave calling plays? Yes. If Bryce Bonds wait for Arch Manning. Arch Manning ain't starting at Texas. He got to get Arch Manning might be in school 5 years. What you talking about? Arch Manning might hit the portal. He didn't be worrying about himself. Quan, what up, though? Yeah, Dave said it. Arch ain't proved nothing. He ain't proved nothing. Said, think he doesn't need weapons around him because we took him number one. That's all I'm saying. Like, bro, every quarterback needs weapons. This is not the reality of the NFL now. Matt Lomax, what's good, brother? What up, though? Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, all top 3 best quarterbacks in the league by far. All those animals have an elite play caller in place as well. True. Yeah, I mean, we just got to be patient. I know we instantly want this stuff, so we want it to be make or break so we can move on, but that's just not how good teams operate. Like, I haven't even dug deep yet, but next year's defensive class in the draft is so deep, like so deep, that if we picking in the top 10, according to like what Vegas is saying, to pick a Carson Beck or a Quinn Ewers would be, y'all would have them pitchforks out. Y'all should for Dan Morgan. I don't see it happening. Evil dunk versus good dunk. They're going to make me do it, man. They're going to make me do it. Symbiote dunk versus neighborhood dunk. Who are the good prospects? Travis Hunter, James Pierce Jr., Mikael Williams. Who else? This is big, huge dude from Kentucky. I can't remember his name. He's like a D tackle. Yeah, James Pierce. He from Charlotte, bro. He from Charlotte. Local product. Ex-Maine will make it make sense. Can we talk about the guys from HBCUs? Yeah, we're going to talk about our undrafted class a little bit later. I might drink the bad Kool-Aid after year 3. You got to put the sugar in the Kool-Aid. So the 2025 class will be viewed differently. Nobody talked about JJ, Jaden, et cetera around this time last year. Fair. Dudes do always come out of nowhere. JJ McCarthy really came out of nowhere because I didn't think he was going to come out. We shouldn't have a problem with Bryce. It's hard to complain until he's had adequate wide receiver. Exactly. What's your win-loss prediction this year, and what would be happy with out of Bryce? I just want to see Bryce improvement. We're not going to be good next year, guys. Anything can happen. It's the NFL. That's why we watch. But we're not going to win the Super Bowl. So let's just take a step. It's a 2-year process. Yeah, we're good. Keep on playing. Shador is the best QB in the draft. The way Shador talking, shoot. The way Shador talking about his teammates calling him mid and stuff, they gonna be questioning his character. They gonna be questioning his character. He need to sit down and just keep that one in the drafts. Keep some of them tweets in the drafts. Let Dion talk that trash. Y'all don't win 4 games. The wrist iced out. You bought somebody a house, but y'all ain't won no games. To be talking the way Colorado talking, but this ain't no college football podcast. But I just think that, bro, saying that, and there's a lot of things that need to go right offensively. I love the Deontay move. I think Deontay is legit. But next year, we need to see some progress in some sense of, okay, this feels exciting. We get curious, find out about JT Sanders, find out about Jonathan Brooks, find out about Leggett, see what we got, and then that following year, let's go get it. Let's go get it. Because personally, Xavier Leggett, he can make an impact early on. But to think that a guy that needs some work, that has a ton of talent with high upside, you got to give him time. You got to give him a year or two to really arrive to be what they want him to be. Even Dave Canella said that. Jonathan Brooks will be coming back from an ACL injury. They're going to bring him along slow. Typically, that year after is the year that you kind of get back to yourself, get stronger off of ACL. And this is somebody that had an ACL procedure done and played running back. I wasn't Jonathan Brooks. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I wasn't Jonathan Brooks. What? I'm just saying. But JT Sanders, he's gonna have to have a very, very specific role. He has some development he needs to do. He needs to get his mind right in terms of blocking. They're only gonna be able to use him in particular ways. He can make an impact early on, some screens, running a seam, some dump offs in the flats, getting some yak. But he's not going to be an inline, hand in the dirt tight end full time yet. His blocking ain't there yet. It's not there yet on a consistent basis for him to be trusted down in and down out. So it's going to take a little bit of time for everybody. But we've done a good job in this draft laying the foundational pieces. You have a running back of the future you think you can kind of feel good about. You got a young receiver with Leggett that you think can grow with your quarterback. You got a tight end that has some potential that's athletic. So you're laying a foundation. We just need to find out who we are next year. Let's find an identity. Let's find an identity. Let's get better. Let's see what we got. I mean, if you want to talk make or break, it's make or break for dudes like Ike Ekwonu. It's make or break maybe for J.C. Horn. That's what you need to be talking about, make or break, while y'all playing. Yeah, Deontay Johnson workout videos are like crazy. They look sped up. They look sped up. But let's talk about identity. I want to talk about the offensive identity because I just talked about the rookies. We don't really know what this Dave Canales system is going to look like. Not yet. You can look, and I haven't looked at the Bucs film yet. I haven't. I was going to go through there, see if I could pull some pieces, but they seem very, very committed. They seem very, very committed to looking at the roster, assessing what's on the roster, and trying different things, do more of what works, and scrap what doesn't. Let's see what Bryce does well. Let's lean into that. Let's run the football. Let's play action off of that. Let's get the ball out. And I want to listen to a common theme, because his opening press conference or the one in the combine, Dave Canales talked about being stubborn with the run. He talked about looking forward to showing how stubborn he can be with the run. Because, like I said, we're trying to find an identity. He wants to be stubborn with the run. But he also said in his opening presser about the pass game. So I think we're going to be run heavy. Run heavy, build play action off of that. But I have a clip about him talking about the pass game as well.
Just know, like, it starts with the ball. For me, there's a way to win games in the NFL. It's defense, it's run game, it's an explosive pass game that comes off of that run game, and then in the pass game, it's getting that ball out in 2-7 or less. That's a critical deal for me. It's been a really important number for us in Seattle, and being able to just track that for decision making, for route timing, the protection, and all that. It all kind of fits into this really good brand of football that is complementary. As we go through the season.
Dan, this one is
so getting the ball out 2 seconds, 2-7 or less. I think that's a fine idea. I think it's a fine idea. I mean, it's you protect. It helps a lot of things, and he talked about it, timing and stuff like that. But like, you have Ike Ekwonu who struggles with pass blocking at times. If you get the ball out in 2.7 seconds or less, Ike Ekwonu ain't got a pass block that long. You change his footwork, you change his pass sets. That way, all he has to do is be more aggressive with his pass pro. Like, Ike, give me 2.7 seconds, bro. You ain't gotta be Jason Peters. You ain't gotta be Trent Williams out there in pass pro. Just give me 2.7 seconds, bro. We gonna get this ball out. So it helps the offensive line. Getting that ball out quick, making decisions, it helps them. It helps Bryce because you put that internal clock in his head. It put that internal clock in his head. Like, hey, let me get through my reads. Let me get through this stuff with the footwork and in rhythm. It puts him in a little bit more structure and get rid of the ball to your playmakers. Because another clip I want to talk about is just Dave Canales talking about their why they added the pieces they did in the draft. There was a common theme. Listen, tell me in the chat, listen to this clip from Dave Canales. I got 3 different clips. Let me know the common denominator you hear in all 3 of these clips. Let me know in the chat the common denominator.
Just our offense, the versatility of how we use our players, just going back to last year in Tampa, even before it in Seattle, but just the versatility is huge for us. So when you get a guy who can really run, a guy who can high point the ball, a guy that can carry it, and you can give him the ball different ways, short, he just brings a lot of versatility.
What does Jonathan do?
And this is him talking about every prospect. This is from every day of the draft, talking about the people we drafted.
What's his skill set that you think really fit well with you like to do in the run game?
Yeah, versatility. First and foremost, our system calls for a back that can be used, of course, just in a traditional way, hand it to him. Then how can we get this player in space, being able to get him in perimeter screens, check downs. We got a really cool empty package where we use the backs, flex them out to get matchups, things like that. He's a bigger back. He's got range. There's so much that he brings from a versatility standpoint. That's probably the biggest thing that stood out. And then just vision, patience, contact balance, acceleration. Like, he's got it all. He's the best back in this class, and we were so fired up to just be able to bring him in and create that competition that Dan talked about.
I wanted your take on the tight end Sanders, and then I had one more for Dan.
Ja'Tavion Sanders.
Yeah, versatility, right, you guys? I sound like a broken record, but it's really what we're looking for, for our show on film. Just being able to use him as a receiver, use him in the run game in creative ways. He's definitely not the traditional inline type of tight end. He's a guy that can do a lot of different things. He's made some dynamic plays with the ball in his hand, and he's really strong at the catch.
Any guesses on the common denominator that he was talking about in there? I see some of y'all in the chat already got the word, but the common denominator, what Dave Canales is telling you. What is the common denominator? The word of the day. Versatility. I don't know, man. He may or may not like versatility. He may or may not like the versatility. Yeah. So, I mean, he's making it obvious. Making it obvious. Versatility is key. And that's going to create matchups. That's going to create matchups. That's going to give options. Somebody else said it too. These guys are versatile. He said it about Leggett. Deep routes, post routes. You can give it to him, hand it off to him. Jonathan Brooks, you can line him out at receiver. Let him run some routes in the check down and in the screen game. Give it to him as well in space. Ja'Tavion Sanders, versatility. He runs tight end screens as well. Can run down the seam. Just using him in the run game creatively. They're going to get versatile weapons. Bryce Young just has to be the point guard. Get the ball out in 2.7 seconds. You got Brooks who can catch the ball out of the backfield and make guys miss in space. 2.7 seconds. If you don't see Leggett downfield on that post, get rid of it. Drop it down to Brooks. Let him get yards. Or drop it down to Sanders in the flat. Let him get yards at the catch. Versatility helps, and it's going to keep everything off balance. Like he said, Bryce just needs to do his 1/11th. It ain't about Bryce being whomever, trying to be this, that, the third. He just needs to be and do his 1/11th. Be himself. Do his 1/11th. And like you said, the 4 or 5 plays a game, be special then. Be clutch, be special. That's what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? So that's their mindset for these guys that they're adding. And that's what I think the offensive identity is going to be. Just mixing it up. Having a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. Trying to attack different ways. Finding what works. Run it from a bunch of different formations. Give them different looks. Mix it up. You got guys that can do a bunch of different things, man. I see the vision. Now, is it going to work? That's to be told. Everybody got a plan, like what Tyson said. Everybody got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. But I see the vision. I see the vision. I see the vision, what they want to do. But 2.7, bro. Getting that ball out, not taking, like I said, it helps the offensive line. It helps get it to your playmakers who can get yak and easy yards. You know, we were last in the league last year in yak as yards after catch. Last. We were last in the league and yards at the catch. Yards at the catch is the way you get free and easy yards. Mainly because we had literally no screen game whatsoever. Threw one or two interceptions on screens because we tried to run them to Ian Thomas. This year, we're going to be running tight end screens to Jatavian Sanders instead. I like his chances a lot better than Ian Thomas in open field. You know what I'm saying? So just run the offense. Somebody said, when I hear do your 111th, that translates to not a franchise quarterback because you don't draft a quarterback number 1 overall if he's not a game changer. Brock Purdy does his 111th. Peyton and Tom Brady don't. I'm guessing, Nell, you missed the part where I said that nobody really carrying their team like that. But anyway, I just think that he needs to be that point guard and be special those 4 or 5 plays a game. Dave Canales said that as well about Sean. No, Sean Payton said that. Said that, look, quarterbacks don't need to be doing too much, bro. Don't try to do too much. Just run the offense, stay ahead of the chains, stay on schedule, and give yourself a chance to win. So let's do it. It sounds like we have a guy with a better plan than what Frank Wright tried to put together. It sounds like it. They have an identity, what they want to do. It sounds good. It's lip service right now. But that's what it is. That's what it is. And look, if it works out, we'll see. Like I said, there's a first-year coach. Our defense is in. We don't know how much good or how much better or worse we got. It has to be told. As a team, does it equate to success right away? Who knows? I may be wrong, but I'm not feeling great overall about how our defense feels. So, but I do want to see progress. One band, one sound is your phrase this year. Everybody got to be on the same page. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So let's talk about the draft. Let's go back to the draft class. Because the Panthers have been getting some hate from the national media about what they did. Some hate, some good, some bad. I gave a C-. Y'all said I was too harsh. I gave a C-. A C- is harsh? Sheesh. Harsh? A C-? I don't think so. I thought it was fair. A C right in the middle. Ain't too bad, ain't too good. C's get degrees. A wise man once said. You may not be magna cum laude or summa cum laude. You might be thank you laude. But you're going to get that degree. You're going to walk across the stage. You're going to move that tassel. And they don't ask for your GPA at jobs when you get a degree. At least not at my big age, at least. Not at my big age. So, let's look at this graphics I got. So, the Fox NFL podcast, right down that little bottom right corner, because this is like somewhat of a ranking, I guess. They gave us a D. A D. I gave a C minus. But they gave a D. The biggest winner or loser, according to Will Brinson from CBS Sports. He said that the Panthers are one of the biggest losers. So is the hate warranted? Like, I felt pretty decent in the moment at times. But are the Panthers the second worst draft grade? Are they really one of the biggest losers? Let's talk about the good and the bad. So what's the good things they did? Let's talk about the good things they did. One, they got Xavier Legette, a wide receiver. We needed wide receiver help. I think everybody named Mama knew we were going to be picking a wide receiver pretty high. And they traded up to go get him. They went and got their guy. Now, Xavier Legette, I think he's a very high upside player. I think he can do a lot of things. He's versatile. Versatility. Next round, Jonathan Brooks. First of all, you traded back. So you traded back. You got back a second round pick that you lost when you traded up for Bryce Young. So you back in the second round. You got all 5. Well, I don't know how many more we got. We got 7. We got all 7 draft picks next year. And you got the best running back in the class. You got the best running back in the class, and you got a second round pick. Sound like a dub to me. Sound like a dub to me. W's in the chat for me. That's all it sounds like to me. 4th round. You went and got a tight end at 101 on day 3, who many didn't see getting out of day 2. A lot of people thought he was a second round draft pick. A lot of people thought that maybe he was tight end too. I know there was a lot of fluidity after Brock Bowers. Some people regarded him as tight end number 2. So getting good value there sounds like a win to me. And the goal, what was the goal? What was the goal? The goal was to get help for Bryce Young. Did they do it? Yeah. I mean, at least they addressed it. Do these 3 guys work out? We don't know. That's why draft grades are kind of weird right off the rip anyway. But if their goal was to try to get help, they did that. They did that. I think that's pretty good. They mission accomplished. Did they punt on some of them day 3 picks? Probably. But those are flyers anyway. So let's talk about the negatives, though. Let's talk about the negatives. So you got Xavier Legette, but you traded up for him into the 1st round. Yes, it was only a swap for a 5th and a 6th, but many people thought that Xavier Legette would have been there. He made it all the way to the 32. Why wouldn't he make it to 33? The Bills seem to really like Keon Coleman. Yes, rumors came out about the Pats, but why would I don't see the Bill unless it was some sweet deal. Why would the Pats and the Bills do business? Why would the Bills do business with the Pats? They're division rivals. Yes, it happens sometimes, but to me, I'm taxing my division rival if they want to move up. So you could have called their bluff, saved that 5th, you know what I'm saying, and just got your guy in the 2nd round. And I understand y'all want the 5th-year option. But for receivers, I talked about it in my video about trading up, about the smart thing to do, quote unquote. Trading up for a receiver is not really the smartest thing because The 5th-year option is going to be like $25 million probably by the time Leggett is up for it. It doesn't do anything but go up based on these salaries. So what's the benefit? Because you get another year of control, but you're going to have to deal with a contract. You're going to have to pay him anyway. If he ends up working out, making a Pro Bowl, it's probably going to be worth $25 million. So I didn't really see the ton of value of getting him in the first round or the 5th-year option. But we move on. Second round, 39. You trade back, get a second. Cool. Go back to 52. But then you trade up. You trade up again. Twice in 2 days. Real Scott Fitter alike. Wheeling and dealing. And when you trade it up for a running back. Not only a running back that was injured last year on the ACL. First of all, people devalue running backs. I'm not here to debate that, but I'm just telling you what the skeptics will say. I disagree with some of these skeptics, but I'm telling you what they will say. I gave you the positives. This is the negatives that are pretty valid in my opinion. You traded up to 52. Would the Giants have taken Brooks? Maybe. But they didn't end up taking Benson until later. You brought in Benson and Brooks for visits. Would you have been content with Benson, or you just thought that the gap between Brooks and Benson was that much? Maybe he did. If he did, I guess, cool. But if you thought the gap wasn't that big, you could have settled for that and stayed put and kept that 5th. We had 141 and 142? Okay. But, I mean, to some people, taking a running back in the second round, especially being the first one, no. They devalue running backs, remember? Everybody devalues it. That's why they're hating on it. And then you got one coming off of an injury. That's the whole reason they devalue running backs, because they get injured. So when they see you do that, they're going to dock you for that. I'm just being real. I'm telling you where they're coming from. Now, did you get nervous that the Cowboys were going to move up? They were behind you. They would have had to trade up for him. I guess. But like I said, you were at 52. Benson would have been there. And if you didn't feel that good about Benson, could have waited till later. But you did what you did. Third round. You take a linebacker, Trevin Wallace, who has the athleticism, has the blitz capability. But many have regarded him as having, I've seen, I can't remember his name, the football guy said that Wallace had the worst film of the draft class. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. So, but if he's that scrutinized in the media, it would make sense why people would dock the Panthers for doing that in the third round. It would make sense. Round 4, 101. You stay put. I like JT Sanders. 1. Let me put that out there. 2, he was regarded by some as the second tight end. There were some people who didn't have him as a second tight end. I'm going to tell you that right now. His athletic testing was not great. I think history shows that not every good athlete is a good tight end, but every good tight end is a good athlete. And so you kind of usually take your chances on gambling on traits, athletic traits, and then coaching and developing those guys. Because production doesn't always equal a quality tight end on the next level. It doesn't. So everybody don't like JT Sanders. I personally told y'all, I wanted a bigger body guy. I wanted a Jared Wiley or Theo Johnson. I wanted somebody that really contrasts, because JT Sanders, 6'4", 245, that's Tommy Tremble. Better hands than Tommy Tremble, but he needs some polish as a tight end, needs some development as a tight end, can catch the ball and run after the catch, but similar body type. I wanted a big body. I told you I wanted a 6'6" tight end that could run down the seam. That even Bryce, being 5'11", will be able to see a tree running down the seam that can get 40 inches in the air. That's running 4'5", 4'6". I wanted a tall tight end, and they were on the board, but we decided to go with JT, who isn't everybody's cup of tea, so they could dock the Panthers for that. In round 5, you take Shaw Smith-Wade, who is projected as a nickel, but you needed outside corner help. You needed outside corner help. But you got Shaw Smith-Wade a nickel. And I understand you have the ace in the hole with Stephon Gilmore, but he ain't signed yet. We can't talk in hypotheticals when he ain't signed yet. But you passed on Kool-Aid in the second when you got that running back. People will dock you for that. You passed on linebacker. I'm pretty sure Adrian Cooper might have went before. But you did pass on Kool-Aid, definitely. So you passed on the corner when you needed one. Kool-Aid was a first round talent. You passed on him in a second. You traded back, cool, but you passed on an opportunity. You needed corner. Later on in the draft, that round 5, people came in thinking you needed a center. You got Austin Corbett coming in, who's never really had time on task as a center. Smart player. I'm cautiously optimistic. But you passed on a center. Not only did you pass on a guy like Bo Limmer later in the draft, or a Matt Lee from Miami in like the 7th round. If you hadn't have traded up for Leggett, that Leggett trade, that 5th round pick that you gave up to move up to get Leggett, guess what the Bills turned it into? The Bills turned that into Cedric Van Pran. Cedric Van Pran, some regarded, Jordan Reed from ESPN said that he thinks he has potential to be a day one starter. Very experienced center coming out of Georgia. Even if he doesn't do that, you can let him battle it out in camp and back up Austin Corbett. If Corbett doesn't work out at center, you can write Van Pran. So if you hadn't traded up for Leggett, you would have had that 5th round pick. You know? You had the next pick after that too, that you traded a part of that Brooks trade. There was a run on corners in the 5th round. You missed out. Had you got Kool-Aid earlier, you would have been cool. But guys like Cam Hart went, 1 or 2 picks before that run started? I think DJ James went as well, something like that. A couple of corners went before you took Shaw. So I could see why they would dock your draft. I would see. It's all perception anyway, man. We won't know how these grades really work out until down the line. But it's all perception. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't address corner or outside corner, and you definitely didn't address O-line at all, even if you didn't. You could have did it. Did I see how the undrafted? Yeah, I did. I saw the class. James said, I listened to bro shit on the whole draft. Why is every Panthers page so negative? So my take ain't real because, you know, I'm giving both sides of it. I just gave both sides. I gave you the positive. I also gave you the negative, which is why I think that a C is fair. Not too bad, not too good. I think you did some good things. I think you missed some opportunities. You win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out how this works out down the line. But I'm just giving both sides of the equation. You get both sides of the argument. People come into the live when you're on the negative side of it, and they think that you're too negative. If it's hate, if you see me giving both sides of it, it's hate. It's called perspective, people. It's called perspective. It's called perspective. Let me see if I can pull up the undrafted free agent list. Because I know a lot of y'all ask me. Yeah, I mean, regardless of what I think about it, what needs to happen is we need these guys to contribute. Best case scenario, it'll be Breeze and Peyton. So, like I said, I haven't done a ton of homework on the undrafted guys. Said JT Table is good. He just don't block. I mean, granted, we probably didn't bring him in to do that, but yeah, Funches is hooping. Funches is hooping now. Let me see if I can pull up this article. Pull up this article. All right, so let's look at some of these guys. So you like my take and not just being a yes man. I like to just give a full perspective. So let's look at Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker is who everybody named Mama has been buzzing about. The buzz has been crazy. The buzz has been crazy. So Jalen Cross, wide receiver from Holy Cross, Steve Smith had him as wide receiver 19. Antoine Pearson, what up, though, brother? What's good? He said the Panthers traded up in the first round to take Leggett, but Carolina also added some receiver talent after the draft. The highest rated undrafted receiver is Jalen Coker, who had 50 catches in each of his final 3 seasons. Coker, who stands 6'1", 208, is known for his ability to make tough catches and use his size to shield off defenders. His vert is 42.5, tied for the best mark of any player. So he had the highest, tied for the highest vert at the draft at 6'1". Double team, he went and got it. Double team, you don't see the first defender. He went and got it. Touchdown. Wide open. Two defenders, he don't see the first one. He went and got it. Jump ball, don't see the first defender. Went and got it. Ooh, back shoulder. Okay, playing Army. Back shoulder, phys aid. Okay. That brother can get down the field, huh? Is he going to score? He scored. Slant route, break a tackle, break another tackle, break one tackle. Obviously, the level of competition is going to be different, but you're supposed to dominate. When you play this level, to make a name for yourself, you got to dominate. Double move. I don't know what the safety was doing. Good catch. Stutter step, stacks the defender, outside shoulder. Gives Boston College, back shoulder. Is that Elijah Jones? Elijah Jones got drafted. Curl route. Ooh, bad pass. Good adjustment. Okay. So that is Jalen Coker, wide receiver, 19. I'm confused. Where are my scenes? What am I doing right now? Okay. That's better than nothing. All right, let's get to home base. I don't know what just happened. Okay, there it is. All right, so that's Jalen Coker. Let's get back to the article. Let's get back to the article and see who else. All right, so I expect him to compete for that 6th spot. Receivers, displays good hand-eye coordination, body control. I'm not trying to see the whole tweet. Solid UOH versus press. Red zone 3. So, a lot of y'all saying that no captain sounds on like Zay. We need to see what then they would try to force Bear into a safety role. Too small to be effective. I don't know if Bear is effective enough. It was a deep draft class of receiver. That's why he was hooping. Yeah. He's they said he said he's sick of weed. So he isn't the quickest player though. He ran a 4.57 and looked a little slow running routes. True. Maybe because he's running on grass. Before the draft analysis, we're concerned about the level of competition. Coley Cross, which competes at FCS. He was named first team FCS, All-American, having 1,000 yards, 59 catches, 15 touchdowns, finished the career 27-15, 31 touchdowns. Andrew Ram, this is the center, Center was a position of need, but they waited until after for safety to bring to anyone in the building. Andrew Rain started 29 games, so he's experienced. He possesses prototypical size, 6'4", 314. Uses strength advantage through analysts. Note he has slow hands and can struggle against quicker defenders. Rain was the anchor of an offensive line that helped the Sooners rank third in the country in yards per game. If he can clean up some of the technical issues, lean into his strengths as a gritty mauler, he can find his way into the team's final 53. Interesting. We'll keep it moving. Willie Drew. Now, I know somebody asked about HBCU. Willie Drew from Virginia State. The Panthers all needed defensive back help. And into the draft, Carolina selected Washington State, Sean Smith-Wade, but they didn't take another secondary player. One of the free agents Carolina signed after the draft is Willie Drew, a corner from James Madison. Projected by some to go as high in the 6th round, Drew ended up falling into the Panthers' lap. He is ranked one of the top HBCU prospects, according to Jacob Infante. Drew was known as a ball hawk for Virginia State, racking up 11 picks over his final 2 seasons. He also had 23 PBUs, 7 tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss over the same period. So he gets his hands in a lot of passes. With 4.4 speed, Drew has the quickness to keep up with athletic receivers. That said, he tends to struggle with playing against bigger, stronger pass catchers. What was his height and weight? Another defensive back Carolina added was A&M Damani Richardson. Played 56 games over 5 years with the Aggies. Richardson totaled 304 tackles, 6'1", 210. Ideal size for a safety prospect. 2 of Richardson's 4 picks came against Bama, including 1 against Bryce Young. So, bruh picked off Bryce Young. Interesting. I don't have any Willie Drew film. It may be on YouTube, but I don't have any on this article. Unlike Drew, Richardson uses strength over finesse when it comes to playing the secondary. While he's a plus tackle and big hitter, he can possess below average quickness and can seem a step behind the play at times when he isn't immediately locked in on the target. He ranked 287th on the big board. Jaden Sheridan. The Panthers unexpected added a running back in the NFL draft by the way, 2nd round pick with Brooks. Picked up Monmouth, Jaden Sheridan. Sheridan totaled 3697 rushing yards, 26 touchdowns over his career, known as a home run hitter, 14 touchdowns of at least 50 yards, and finished his time in Monmouth with a school record 7.3 yards per carry. 1 career fumble on 499 attempts. He looks little. Helmet too big for his body. So the 5'8", 170-pound Sheridan is lightning fast, but it does lack ideal running back size and might struggle to break tackles against bigger defenders. He profiles similarly to Jaleel McLaughlin, who signed a UD free agent with the Broncos last year, winning a record of 507 and 2 touchdowns. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, no, it's not. Undrafted free agent tracker. Jack Plummer, Louisville. Sam Pinckney, shout out to Greenwood, South Carolina. Sam Pinckney from Coastal Carolina signed with the Panthers. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Greenwood High. Stand up. Holy Cross, Jalen Coker. Popo Amuvave from Oregon. I think Marcus was talking about him a little bit earlier. Willie Drew, 4'4", at the 40, 6 foot 191, and has 6 picks. Jeremiah Crawford, Tennessee O-lineman. Derek McClendon from Colorado. Devin Carter from West Virginia, 6'3", long target. Jalen Sheridan, of course. Damani Richardson, we talked about. Clayton Isbell from Coastal. Andrew Rain, we talked about. 3-time All Big 12. Harrison Mavis, the thicker kicker, is what they call him. Let's talk about that because this was very, very interesting. Harrison Mevis, and I don't know why he has Cole's punting and snapping academy, but Harrison Mevis was signed to a multi-year undrafted free agent deal as a kicker. That was very interesting to me because word on the street is that Eddie Pinheiro has not been to off-season workouts. Eddie Pinheiro has not been to off-season workouts. He MIA. MIA. But they signed another kicker to a 2-year deal. You don't sign undrafted free agents to multi-year deals. That's very, very rare. But they did with a kicker. So is that competition? Is that replacement? Is it time for Eddie to learn Mandarin? Eddie cost Steve Wilkes pretty much an opportunity. Had he won that Falcons game, maybe we win the division. He cost Steve Wilkes a chance at being a head coach. Dave Canales said he ain't gonna cost me. He ain't gonna cost me. We bringing in the thicker kicker. Now the thicker kicker has hit a 61-yarder in his career for a game winner. Got the leg. But apparently his accuracy from under 40 yards is around 80-some%. Typically, you want them to be around 90 in college. So the leg is there, but the accuracy ain't always there. Some people might say that sound like Joey Sly. Some people might say that sound like Joey Sly. They have a strong leg and no accuracy. It sounds like Joey Sly. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Hopefully he works out, though. Competition, ain't nothing wrong with competition, Eddie. Turtle Man, what up, though? But we'll see. So Eddie got too cocky winning those 2 games by a field goal. Yeah, I hope Eddie not holding out. I don't think he's holding out. We don't say that name around here. Eddie got hurt in warm-ups, bro. Yeah. Whiz what up, though? So the kicker we brought in is 83% make rate. Yeah, Sly got cut. I saw that. Him and Zay Jones. But a strong leg, suspect accuracy sounds like Joey Sly. But let's get back to it. Eddie on watch, though. He on watch. Jackson Mitchell, linebacker from Connecticut. Deshaun Gaddy. Oh, he grilled out. Cornerback from Ole Miss. Looks like that's all we got. That's all we got. So, solid class. It seems to be highly regarded. We'll see who can actually make the team. I didn't see any film on him, Marcus. See if I can find something on him. Popo Almove. Popo Almove. This is the only thing I can find. That's him, number 50 right here. In the middle. If I put up the YouTube, it's gonna get me for the copyright, bro. That's why I try to do Twitter. I try to do Twitter because I get clapped. So I don't get clapped. Jalen Coker's gonna make the 53. I say this. Let's not talk about these guys outside of Eddie, because if you sign somebody to a multi-year deal, it means something. But outside of that, the thicker kicker, let's just root for these undrafted free agents so hopefully we get lucky. We haven't had one since Andrew Norwell that ended up working out for us and being good that we signed. I know Frankie Louvu was an undrafted free agent, but let's just pump the brakes. Last year, y'all were calling Rajon Wright cornerback number 2. Before he even took a snap in training camp. Was straight, but he ended up getting cut. I know y'all don't like Dante, but dang, y'all want an undrafted free agent to be CB number 2. Let's just pump the brakes. If we get a gem, we get a gem. Could Coker be a gem? Maybe. Could Sheridan be a gem? Maybe. Could Raym, the center from Oklahoma, be a gem? It could. But just let these dudes do their thing. They surprise you, they surprise you. That's why I haven't spent a ton of time on them. This article that we read together, I went through them. I've heard the buzz, obviously, but this is my first time going through the full list, looking at clips. Yeah, they out here. I ain't trying to get clipped. I ain't trying to get my channel clipped. So I ain't want to hit the copyright. But let's take a really, really quick look. Because Wright is a bum. Rajon is a good CB. Rajon got hurt, and he really didn't make a lot of plays in camp. He was getting cooked by Chark. And I was at camp. Trust. But let's look at the depth chart. Actually, let's look at the depth chart. So, how does things affect? Oh, yeah, this has undrafted free agents on it now, too. So, let's take a look. Offensively, the orange letters are rookies and undrafted free agents. Okay? So, obviously, we added Leggett, and then you got Deontay and Thielen. Those are the starting 3. The 3 behind them, TMJ, Mingo, Amir. Behind them, Stratton, Cam Sims, David Moore. I do not know who Jalen Camp is, but he's an undrafted free agent behind them. So, we kept 6, maybe 7 receivers at the most. Y'all saying TMJ get cut? It's going to be tough. I think he's on the way out. But David Moore is a vet, has a background with the staff. You know. He could have an inside track. But Jalen Coker, we'll see if he can push this and competes. But let's just let him surprise us. Let's not put any huge expectations on it. But let's go to O-line. Look at Andrew Raym. So you got Ekwonu, Dame, Corbett, Hunt, Taylor Moton. Yosh was just signed. He's a swing. Ricky Lee. I like Ricky Lee. Cade Mays. He has position versatility, so he may be safe, even though he did not play good last year at all. Brady will be back. He's solid backup because he started for us. Zavala. I'll drink to that. Then Nash Jensen, JT Dorenzo, M. Manning, Badarar, Trottera. Can Rain make it? I don't know how many interior they're going to keep. I think these three are a lock, of course. Brady Christensen is a lock. K. Mays probably be a lock because he can play backup center. We'll see what Rain does. We'll see what he does. Sheridan. It's going to be crowded in this backfield. They're going to keep 3, 4 at the most. And one will probably be practice squad. Brooks, Hubbard, Miles, Raheem, and Miles. But then you got Tariq Cohen just back here lurking. I think he's probably going to be cut. But he's still on the roster. Still on the roster. But Miles and Raheem been putting in work. I've been following him on Instagram. He been putting in work since the season ended. He been putting in work. I respect Raheem. I think he needs more PT. I think so. But that's just me. Mike Boone, I've been seeing him on some videos. He's around. Spencer Brown's been around for a while too. We'll see. He plays special teams. We'll see. Defense. Popo. Carter Popo. Does he have a shot? Nose tackle. I don't even know how much he weighs. 6'3", 296. So not that heavy. We'll see what happens, Marcus. Your boy. Jaden Crumedy was just drafted. He'll be playing that DN. Raekwon Williams and LeBron Ray got some too. Got some playing time last year. Was pretty solid. I think they got like futures contracts. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Dave did say nobody was safe. But shoot, we shall see. You can zoom in just in case y'all can't see. Trevin Wallace is here, backup left, inside. Michael Barrett, backup. I mean, personally, I think the linebacker group is still kind of fluid. I mean, Chandler Wooten, he plays some. I don't know who Claudin is. Get Eddie off my team. But the linebacker room looking crowded. Let's look at corner. Jordan Fuller, Dane Jackson. Well, excuse me, corner is Dane Jackson, Troy Hill, nickel, JC, Deshaun, and Lamar. Shal Smith-Wade slotted as the backup nickel. Jamie Robinson is currently in front of Sam Franklin on this, which is pretty wild to me, to be honest. But he's the backup. Darrell Sunchild, what up, though? Here's Willie Drew at right corner, third right corner. I think backup corner, if we don't bring in Gilmore, Lord bless us. But there's still going to be a lot of fluidity in this back end. Lamar Jackson, not to be confused with the MVP. He's been around. I would love Willie Drew to make the team. We'll see if he competes. Wallace and Barrett will surprise you all. If I'm wrong, I'll give you $100, Dunk. I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to it. I would love to be surprised. We need some talent. We need talent. Yeah, Jamie Robinson, man, I got to see something. I got to see something this year. I got to see something from Jamie. He was pissed off that he got drafted, in the 5th? Said it went 199 better. Got to show us. Got to show us. But then the special teams down here. Harrison Mevis. Eddie Pinero. 6 foot 241. They don't call him the thicker kicker for no reason. 6 feet 241. Eddie 5'11", 190. So, the depth chart looking a little bit different. Competition, yeah. Competition should bring out the best in everybody. Sink or swim. Dog eat dog. Whatever you want to call it. Dog eat dogs if they want dogs. So, hopefully, I would love for some undrafted guys to push some of these usual suspects that we have on the back of our roster, especially in the offensive line. Competition, man. Competition. Maybe we'll get a gym. Wide receiver. I would love that competition. Make the coaches make tough decisions. They're going to have to make plays. Y'all got a lot of faith in Coker. He got to make some plays. He has to make plays. Ooh, I'm getting tired, boss. Let me go ahead and get up off here then. As soon as I yawn, that's my signal. It's 8 o'clock, 8:50. Only got one corner. Yeah. But yeah, stay tuned for my Jonathan Brooks film breakdown tomorrow. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Y'all saying that right? Yeah. Yeah, and y'all said, did y'all ever tell me who y'all wanted, Leggett or Sanders? Film breakdown after. Who y'all wanted next after Brooks? Like I said, Brooks is tomorrow. Icky better show up. That's all I know. Yeah. 2.7 seconds is all he got to block. 2.7 seconds or less. All he got to block. Yeah, Brooks is tomorrow. The rest of the draft picks will come. Sanders. Got one vote for Sanders, but from T-Licks. Okay. Sanders, Leggett. I mean, I'm definitely doing all 4 of the top 4, but it's just a matter of the order. I dig Brooks because I'm very, very high on Brooks. I'm a big Brooks guy. And you'll see why in my video. Quan says Sanders. Marcus says Leggett. Bully Son says Leggett. Well, Leggett, I'm sorry. Ernest Thompson says Wallace. Jason Cranford says Excel. Jay Bull says either one is good. Okay. Cool. I think I'm leaning Sanders. Looks like we got more Sanders in the chat. Y'all like Leggett too. Oh, okay. We got more Sanders. All right. More optimistic, don't. It'll be better for your heart. Where am I pessimistic at? Do Wallace first. I haven't dove into Wallace yet. He's next up, but Sanders, Leggett. Ernest says Wallace. Yeah, I haven't done a deep dive on Wallace yet, so I don't know. All right. It's going to be Sanders. We'll see. I'm going to try to aim maybe by Friday or Saturday. We'll see on that one. But Brooks tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have notifications on. It's a fun breakdown from him. I really, really love the potential from Brooks. So you already seen enough Leggett. Brooks is going to make us all love football again. I hope so. So Sanders my favorite pick, especially with the value. Deep dive, let's say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a film breakdown. All right, so we'll do Sanders. Sanders wins, guys. I think a lot of people are less familiar with Sanders, so I think it'll be very, very educational. We'll see. All right, let me go ahead and get up off here, man. I got to get me some dinner, and I got to edit this Brooks film for tomorrow. I really, really like Brooks. I don't know how many times I got to say it. I think life is better when the Panthers have a bell cow running back. Yeah, he does remind you of Aaron Jones or me, a little bit more of Jamal Charles. So I've heard Cedric Benson, RIP to Cedric Benson, but another Texas running back that they say very similar to. But we will see. But all right, guys, appreciate you guys. I know where to find all two. It's Cat. It's on Patreon. His name is Caddy, Caddy. Caddy Cut-Ups on Patreon. You got to pay for it, though. You got to pay for it monthly. But it's a Patreon called Caddy's Cut-Ups. But, all right, guys. See you guys tomorrow in the next video. Oh, yeah. The jersey giveaway. I'm sorry. The jersey giveaway, the description, the instructions for that will be in the Brooks video. I'll put it in the Brooks video. I'll put it a little excerpt in there, and I'll put it down below in the description, the link and stuff. So y'all make sure y'all watch that Brooks video. Make sure y'all notifications are on. We're giving away and raffling off a Xavier Leggett jersey. Okay? So make sure you watch the Brooks video for instructions. All right? Or you can follow me on Twitter. One of the two. All right? Holla at y'all next time. Next Tuesday, we're going live again. See y'all. Peace.